steaks have been in there most of the day. Really, you only need 2 or 3 hours. But we were out running errands and doing whatever, so now I'm gonna stop it. It's real simple. Do this. I like to unplug it when I'm not using it. And all I'm gonna do is reach in here and I'm gonna grab out my steaks. And they're not gonna look the prettiest right now, but give it a little bit and they will be delicious. Now I'm gonna show you 2 little tricks I like to do when doing this. One, I sealed these up a couple days ago with seasoning on them. It would have been a day and a half ago. And I sprinkled them very, very, very liberally with salt. And by letting them sit in the fridge for a couple of days that way in the vacuum seal, that salt penetrates the meat so I get a better flavor throughout the meat. I also like to cook these at 131. I know a lot of people like the 129, but I like it fully cooked pink. But I love pink. Now here's the real secret. 2 things. 1, I'm about to get this meat as dry as I possibly can. And 2, I'm gonna stick it in the fridge for 15 minutes. And you ask, why? Well, 2 things. 1, it helps lower the surface temperature, so when I stick it in the pan, I don't overcook it and I get that perfect edge-to-edge pink. The other reason is, when you see me stick this in the fridge, you're gonna see a whole lot of steam coming off that surface. That's the moisture evaporating off the surface. So the drier I get the surface, the better the crust I get. It looks sort of gray and gross right now, right? Not the best. But I'm gonna get these dry as I possibly can. Yeah, apparently I am a klutz on the camera. When I say you want this dry, you want it as dry as you possibly can get it. You can see there's if you look real close, you see all that salt and pepper. So I seasoned with very liberally with kosher salt, black pepper. I use a little bit of cumin because it gives that umami flavor. And then I like a little cayenne pepper because I like a little kick. Not a lot, just a little bit. All right, so that's one. Now we're gonna get the other one. Actually, reuse these. This one. So I found these at the local grocery shop. They were already cut like this, and the whole reason I bought them, they were on sale, which is my favorite, is on sale. The only thing better than on sale, free. Free is my favorite flavor. Okay, not really, but you know what I mean. Hey, don't laugh at me, crazy lady. Whatever.
I'm crazy lady.
Yes, there's a long story. Maybe one day if you guys ask enough, I will explain to you why I call her crazy lady. Trust me, it is actually a term of endearment. With that, these are going to go to the fridge, and they're going to sit there for a good 15 minutes. I love the fact you can hear.
Fat cat right here.
I love the fact you can hear our dogs going nuts on their treats. So we bought the dog some pig ears today as a special treat, and they're going nuts on them right now. So
Sophie's birthday.
yes. So we're going to come over here. We're gonna make some room in this fridge. Oh, look. From earlier. All right.
Oh.
And move these over. I'll slide these in. And you can't see it, but if you bring the camera in real close, if you see it, you can't.
I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
You see it? Well, I don't know if the camera's picking it up.
Steam coming up.
But there's steam coming off that meat. Like I said, it only needs about 15 minutes. That's it. That's it. So I've got the oven preheating for some asparagus. All right. I'm going to snap the ends off, season it with, or coat it with a little bit of olive oil, salt, pepper, a little tiny bit of lemon pepper, stick in the oven 15 minutes. And about the time that comes off, steaks go on. They take about 2 minutes aside. Done. You ready for dinner?
Yes.
All right. All right. The asparagus is ready to go in the oven. It's really simple. You snap the ends, which means you just grab one of these and you snap the end. I probably should have showed you that, but that gets rid of the woody stem at the end. It's not the right season, so you ended up a little shorter because the stems are a little woody and they're a little rubbier, more rubbery than they normally are. Best time is spring for these. But all it is, I tossed it in olive oil, rolled them in the olive oil, sprinkled some kosher salt, pepper, and a little bit of lemon pepper, just to give it that little zing. And they're going in the oven at 350 for, we'll check it in 10 minutes. Pretty simple. Right in the middle of the oven. And we forget about it for the next 10 minutes. The timer just went off on the asparagus. As you can see, let's give it a quick poke. I like them a little on the toothsome side, so I like a little, I want them tender, but I want a little bite, and that's exactly where they're at right now. So, close this up. Got it? Alright, let's turn this off so I don't forget it. We'll set these off to the side. They'll stay warm in that pan for the next few minutes. I'm turning on, so in this pan, I've got a little bit of about 2 tablespoons of grapeseed oil, about a tablespoon of ghee, and I'm gonna start heating that up. Actually, probably should have heated it up sooner. And as soon as that gets nice and hot, I'm gonna pull the steaks out of the fridge, slap them on there for about 1.5 to 2 minutes aside, pull them off, and we're good to go.
What is this thing?
That is my brand new splatter shield, because we have a small kitchen and that grease gets everywhere, and I'm sick and tired of ruining shirts with grease. I really need an apron too, because I make a mess in the kitchen. I try to keep it clean as I go, but between splatters and whatnot, I have destroyed a lot of shirts. Notice I am using an enamel cast iron pan. It's nice and thick. The reason I like this is, one, the meat doesn't stick to the bottom. There's plenty of room. The meat won't be touching each other, so you're not steaming the meat. And then because it's thick cast iron, it holds a lot of heat. It means it's got a lot of thermal mass. So when that meat hits it, the temperature of the pan doesn't drop completely below. So it keeps that temperature high, and you flash off any water that's on there, and you get that Maillard reaction to get a nice crispy crust on the meat, and that's what I really love. A lot of people like, I want grill marks. No, I don't want grill marks. I want a nice dark color from one end to the other meats. That's why your high-end steakhouses, they'll use a broiler that sears the meat top and bottom, gives you a real nice crust. And that's what I'm trying to simulate right here with my pan. Now I've let my oil and my butter heat up, and if you look at it, one reason I'm using grapeseed oil is that it's got a high smoke point, but it's just starting to put off that smoke. So you hear that? And get this over it quickly. And it's going to make a little bit of smoke. That's fine. It's supposed to do that. And like I said, we're going to wait about 1.5 to 2 minutes.
We'll be back.
Alright, it's been about 1.5 minutes, and we're going to check on them. And if you've done this right, they shouldn't stick at all really much. And they don't. It comes up. You see that sort of golden brown? That's 1.5 minutes. That's exactly what I'm looking for. And I got a little, so you can tell where it didn't quite touch. That's okay. The reason for the splash guard vice is just a lid. You put a lid on here, you're steaming. You're steaming, you're not making the brownie. So that was 1.5 minutes. That looks pretty good. I'm going to do another 1.5 minutes, and I may flip it a little more, sear the edges a little bit, and then we'll be good to go. So it's been another 1.5 minutes, and yep, perfection. All right, so all I'm going to do now is stand them up on their edges, and now it's going to get there. It doesn't take long. I'm just trying to, especially that fat along the edge, I like it a little crispy and melty, and by doing this, I get it that way. Again, it really doesn't take all that long. Like I said, I like mine a nice golden brown. I know a lot of people are obsessed with grill marks. Give me crusty steak with a nice tender pink middle any day of the week. I'll take that any day. Looks pretty good. All right, coming up.
Let them rest.
So speaking of letting them rest, technically, since I sous vide them, all right, and they've been in the fridge and all the other stuff, resting is really not required, because all we've done is char the outside. We actually haven't cooked them. The juices have already redistributed in that 15-minute wait inside the refrigerator. Just put the bottom in here.
I like how he's protecting his shirt.
I'm trying. I really need to get an apron. You like my, yeah. Now, it's putting up a little bit of smoke. That's not unusual. Yep, that looks good. All right, we'll cover this back up. Kill the heat. Move this off the heat. All right. Matter of fact, let's see. Let's see, get a little, let's see. Does that help? Does it make it worse or better? They're nice and crusty. All right. You ready to slice these open? All right. Get too much steak here.
Oh, we got it. Zelda in the background. She smells it.
Okay, I don't know if you can hear it, so let's do this. Come on, turn on. There you go. Though we can hear the dishwasher. We're horrible video people. By the way, you can tell this is our first time. Feed the dogs treats. They're chewing on it. My dishwasher's going. Yeah, my dog is.
That's Zelda.
She really wants steak. All right. So if I've done this right, that's perfect for me. I like that. Like I said, I cooked pink. Oh, beautiful. And if you can hear it, you can hear the meat, that crust. Now, it probably would have been more pink today because we went shopping and all that. It was in there for probably, what, 5-6 hours? Normally, I only do about 2. It only needs 2. It'll actually be a brighter pink. But like I said, it's edge to edge, the same color. All right, that's it. Let's eat it. All right, moment of truth. See how it is. I'm using my fingers. It is salty. The right amount of salt on the crust. Just a little bit of the cayenne just comes a little bit in the back note. But because I left it in that saltiness, oh honey, you need to try this. And the crust is, here you go, hold your fingers. All right, turn the camera on. You just,
Oh, Lord.
Okay, get your reaction.
Okay.
See if I'm lying. Am I lying?
It's the crust part.
Yep.
Oh.
It's because it's got the salty, meaty flavor all the way through the meat.
Oh my God, it's really, really, really good. So the salt's all the way through. Because he seasoned it ahead of time and shrink wrapped it, it's soaked all the way through. So you don't get it just on the outside, you get it like all the way through the meat.
Now, the outside.
Look at my fingers.
Crusty or soft?
Oh, it's like hard crust, and
Yep.
then you just soft when you get into the middle. It's so tender.
Tender? All right, good to know. All right, well, let's plate this up.
Okay.
Because we're like everybody else in America. We're about to sit down and eat dinner in front of the TV while watching, of course, while on keto, Top Chef. Makes perfect sense, right?
If I can't eat it, I'm going to watch someone else
I know,
eat
we're
it.
horrible. We're horrible. So, go ahead. Tell everybody.
Okay, this is the asparagus. Oh, real good.
Is
It's
it?
lemony. It's got the olive oil on it. It's perfect salt mixture. It's not too soggy. I hate when asparagus gets soggy. It's years of having my mother serve us canned asparagus.
I didn't even know there was such a thing. Before she met me, she told me she hated asparagus, and I
Okay.
didn't understand it. So, okay.
Perfect crunch. It's
All right.
awesome.
And that meat.
I
That's
mean,
right. Put my meat in your mouth. Yeah, I said it. Still awesome.
still awesome. And I'm an A1 girl, but I can't have the A1 on keto. This does not need A1. It stands on its own. It's amazing.
Cool.
So good, honey. Mwah.
Thank you.